What is up, Virgo? Welcome to your general timeless reading. This is for all Virgo placements, so take what resonates, leave the rest, and do not force it to fit. Energies can be reversed, and we all have masculine and feminine energy. It is energy, not gender. Okay, check out the description box for personal readings, Reiki sessions, upcoming Reiki classes, mentorship programs, life coaching, and more. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on for you, my dear. Let's see what we got for you, Virgo. I keep hearing spellcaster, so I'll probably end up using that deck instead of manga tarot for you. Okay, yeah. And now they're showing me somebody who's walking on the beach. They're showing me footprints in the sand. To me, reminds me of an Eight of Cups energy. You could be walking away. It feels more like a friendship. I'm going to be honest. It feels like walking away from a friendship or a dynamic that's no longer serving you. Some of you, this has to do with family. But just take it as it resonates. If it's romantic, it is for you. Some of you, it's about relating to people in a certain way. It feels like it's walking away from an old part of you, like a version of yourself that you just know you're outgrowing. I like this. I just heard tomb. When I hear tomb, Ten of Wands, so it's very fitting. Tomb to me is an ending. Obviously, you're in a tomb. You're dead. You know, like to me, when I hear tomb, it's an ending, but it has to do with past life or karmic energy. Judgment in reverse, which speaks to incarnation. Then you have the moon, which speaks to subconscious mind. Then the Empress. I like this energy for you a lot. The Ten of Wands and Judgment in reverse tells me that you're closing out an old karmic cycle, or you're walking away from a relationship that had to do with something you had to resolve from a past life experience, or just from an experience in this life that is very old. So maybe childhood or an old lover, things of that nature. So this could be walking away from that version of yourself, aka healing that wound, healing that whatever it is that how do you attach to that belief or mindset or version of who you are. So with the moon and the Empress here, very feminine energy. This tells me that you might be urged to really turn inward, to really focus on yourself and your own healing at this time. I like this for you because it tells me that you're tapping into a part of yourself that is more open and receptive to higher frequency love or healthier love, right? Not just love as a frequency, as an energy of, ooh, I have love for the universe, but also like love with people, love in relationships, and allowing yourself to see love instead of just an emotion as something that is all around us constantly when we choose to embody it. I like this for you. The Empress is Taurus, Libra, Venusian energy. The moon is Pisces, Judgment is Scorpio. Okay, it's also Pluto. Let's get two more for you, Virgo. That was quick. I'm not going to take them. I want to shuffle a little bit more. Let's see what we got for Virgo, please, Spirit. I heard change of direction. Okay, I like this. I feel the Eight of Cups again. It doesn't feel like a permanent walking away, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Devil. Oh, I love that for you. It's in reverse. And then the Fool. Beautiful. Bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Sorry, my camera's like tilted a little bit. I just want to center you a little bit more. Okay, so this way when I hold it, there's not like this glare on the card. Okay. So with the Devil and the Fool, the Devil's Capricorn, the Fool is Aquarius. I like this energy together because it tells me that whatever attachment, whether it be to a person, a belief, or behavior that you had, it's actually allowing you space to welcome in a new beginning. Oh, so much better. Like, look, the color's better, everything. Beautiful. Beautiful. You got a lot of majors. You have Judgment, the Moon, the Empress, the Devil, and the Fool. So you only have one minor, and it's a cyclic energy, and your other card is a Court card. This is a really big shift for you. Sorry for like the facial expressions, but like that's a big thing. When you have major arcana, it speaks to universal energy. Minor arcana are day-to-day activities, but when they're cyclic, it tells me that you're closing out a cycle or a lesson, right? Something that is heavy or something that has been weighing on you, right? So if you've had a fear about having a conversation with somebody, especially with the Knight of Swords here, it's about you releasing that fear. I feel like your expression and also your surrender to things, like learning to let things go, to not weigh on you, is really increasing. And I love this for you. I love this for you. It feels very healthy. Yeah, let's do spellcasters. Spellcasters for you, my dear. Okay. Just want to make sure I had them all. Put this one back over here. Okay. Let's make some space. Just a reminder, my Reiki certification class for in-person, so if you're local to North Carolina, is June 3rd. So go ahead and check that out. I have registration open down below. And if you want individual certification, in person or online, I offer it for the same price, and I service globally. So go ahead and check that out. Let's look at the Ten of Wands for you, Virgo. Why is the Ten of Wands here for Virgo? There's something that feels so freeing about this. I'm not gonna lie. It feels like I'm done with it. Like I'm over it. I'm letting it go. Pages, there's going to be a conversation with somebody. Typically pages are surface level conversation. Pages are also students though. I feel like you're learning a new way to articulate the things that weigh on you and the things that cause you pain or the things that have been really heavy for you. So if in the past you would like wait for it to bubble up and then you would explode, I feel like now you're learning like, okay, like I could sit with it, I could feel it, and I can explore it, and then I can explain it, right? Instead of projecting it. It feels a lot healthier. I want to get a few more on this. Yeah, Eight of Swords in reverse. No longer ruminating or allowing it to control your mind. Between the 8 and the 3 of Swords is a 5 of Swords, which tells me that maybe your inner Shannon, the name of my ego, right, was kind of ruling the roost, and you're learning to take back control of your thoughts and your feelings and not allowing the fears of the ego, right, to dictate how you speak or approach things or people. Because it was weighing on you. It was creating a lot of heaviness. It's a blockage. It feels very much like a blockage. Let's look at Judgment. I feel like we're going to see the other person with this. I feel like this is past... I don't want to use that word. That's not the word I want to use. It's not the word I want to use. Tell me about Judgment. You might perceive them as mistakes. I don't really believe in mistakes. Yeah, Judgment upright. There we go. Temperance. Yeah, your perception's changing. You're learning to find balance within yourself again and just kind of, okay, so when I have 2 cards on top of one another, it's validation for me as a reader that the channel message is correct. But with Judgment in reverse and Judgment upright, whatever you perceive as a mistake was actually meant to happen. That's why I was like, there's a reason I don't feel comfortable saying the word mistake. But with Temperance here in reverse, that's a big thing to heal, right? I know it might sound cliche, but like living with regrets, do you really have any? Because are you happy with who you are today? And if not, it's giving you the opportunity to learn more, to become who you do want to be tomorrow. Okay, so there's really no mistake. It's just opportunity for growth, right? I like this. I like this a lot. Let's get one more. Yeah, Ace of Wands. That change in perception is going to lead you to a lot of healing. I feel like there's somebody in your life who's really pushing this button a lot. I feel like they're pushing a button that has to do with childhood or a past relationship. Let's look at the Moon here and the Empress. Okay, yeah. It's like as we get farther in the reading, I feel them more and more. It's a really weird energy. And it's funny because I feel them on the Knight of Swords and I initially thought that was you. Yeah, I actually really like their energy. I really like their energy. They're the Knight of Swords. They have a lot of heartache. It's not attached to you. You mirror wounds. You mirror a lot of wounds together. I think you're learning. It's almost like, I don't think one's learning faster than the other. It's like you get a piece of the puzzle. They get a piece of the puzzle. You get a piece. They get a piece. It feels like that. And you two are just like kind of putting it together. Sorry, my ear's ringing all of a sudden. And with the Moon there and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Sorry, now I got dead people hanging out with me. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to do it. Ace of Cups in reverse to me is the heart space is trying to open, but there's so much fear that's stopping it. Yeah, and like I literally feel it constricting. I feel like both people are really going to get to a place where it's more so accepting themselves. Like look at this particular Nine of Cups. It's kind of like melancholy. It's not the happiest of the nines. Typically when you see a Nine of Pentacles, it speaks to somebody having a lot of confidence in themselves and feeling really secure in who they are. And here it's kind of like looking at their shadow, looking at this version of themselves that maybe they're not so happy with. And like, okay, like I'm not really happy with my behavior then, but I accept that you're part of me, right? I accept that you're here with me. I accept that it might be a part that I want to mask, right? The squirrel with the mask, but I'm willing to see you. And in turn, you're willing to open your heart space so others see you too, right? You're first learning to open your heart to yourself, and that's leading you to have a very safe relationship with this individual because you're both going through the same realization. I like this because being seen, like really seen, not physically seen, but seen emotionally and mentally through all the phases of who we are is a really rewarding and a very vulnerable connection to share with yourself and with another. Let's look at the Empress. But in order to be really seen by another, seeing yourself first. kind of like the stepping stone. Because if not, what they really are seeing is the parts of you that might be a little distorted still. Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Whoever's, okay. I heard whoever's the leader. So whoever's adding this puzzle piece. So if you resonate with like realizing this behavior you want to let go of and like really choosing to be seen, if that's you, then it's you. If it's your person, it's your person. But whoever this is, I feel like they're keeping it very much so to themselves. And it's kind of like, I'm accustomed to leading, but what they're leading in right now is not like the physical work. It's actually they're leading in an example of how to be present, how to be content with what is. And that's why they're just like, I don't need to take action right now. I think in the past, this person had a perception that they always had to do something, Now they're learning to just be content. I love that. That's a very rewarding thing. It brings a lot of peace to the mind and to the body, to the nervous system. Let's look at the Devil for you, Virgo. Okay. Yeah, Two of Swords, King of Swords. There they are. Two of Swords, King of Swords, Five of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. You have two fives. Fives are indicative of change. I like that. I like that we got fives showing up. So the Divine, this is such a like a heavy, but like it doesn't have to be heavy energy. It's like someone's like wrapped me in a blanket too tight and really like I'm being, like I could just like open my arms and release it, but it's like, ugh, I'd rather just feel constricted. That might just be what this person's accustomed to feeling, is like down. And like chemically, the brain, if it's used to being depressed or anxiety ridden or used to being in fight or flight for an extensive amount of time, and it hasn't really gotten accustomed to sitting in a regulated or relaxed nervous system, it will fight healing because it's like, this is uncomfortable, what's happening, right? And it will think that it has to perceive an unknown threat, and it doesn't. That's what this person feels like they're experiencing, to be honest. It's almost like they have these fears that are releasing, and now they're feeling the absence of this fear, and they want to protect their heart because they're like, wait, they can't identify that it's absence, that they now have space for things that are really healthy, and they don't know that. King of Swords in reverse, they don't have the clarity of that. This actually hurts my heart because this is a very difficult lesson to go through, and it's just, I've seen it with so many clients and just in readings, but to like watch somebody go through it, like especially if I'm doing healings on them, it's really emotional because this person is like, oh my gosh, when's the sky gonna fall, right? Five of Pentacles, what am I experiencing lack or loss? Or when am I gonna be hurt or rejected or abandoned? And it's really because this part of them is releasing that thought process, and habitually they wanna go back to it because it's comfortable, it's what they've been doing for so long, and they're just really learning how to be safe in themselves and then in turn in a partnership. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But it's a good one. It's a really freeing one. Let's look at the Fool. I love this. Especially that they're dealing with an Empress, because that's a very supportive, loving energy. Emperor! There we go. And the Fool. I'll get two more just for shits and giggles. Well, I might as well take them all at this point. Oh, I'm so happy I did. Whatever sound just came out of my mouth made me think of speaking Hebrew again. I am Jewish, just for those of you who know, so that wasn't an insult, like I actually spoke Hebrew. Then I had a brain injury, so I don't anymore, because I don't remember most of it. With the Fool in reverse, and then you have the Emperor. This is a very true pair. I really like these. They're really helping each other heal on a deep level. That's what's leading to this new beginning. With the Fool in reverse here, it feels like a hesitance to it. I feel a lot of heat happening in my body. That tells me that this person's going through a really big release. When I feel heat, especially at the upper portion of my spine, it tells me that it's more of an emotional release, and this could be very heavy. So if somebody's having a lot of anxiety, they're struggling to sleep, or they can't calm down, or they have physical energy, but they don't have the mental energy to really go and work out, that's them going through an emotional release, and somatic healing will be really beneficial for them. So that could be breath work, it could be yoga, it could be shaking. It's allowing your nervous system to regulate and get rid of this excess energy in some form. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It's not time to try to like do more. They're already processing a lot energetically, right? And they are very stable. It's almost like they're learning to start to invest in this love that you have. There's a lot of love. You got a freaking 10 of Cups. I love this for you both. You have the 10 of Cups, the Sun, and the 4 of Wands. You're going to be fine. It's an incredible relationship, and it's very healthy. It's very loving. It's just moving to a place of stability. So let's look at the Knight of Swords. So let's see what this, I don't want to say it's resistance. It feels like a pushiness. It feels like pushy, but it feels like someone's pushing against themselves. It's like, no, I don't want to think that way. That's uncomfortable. I don't want to do this. It's really what it feels like. It feels like the masculine fighting their own internal change. Yeah, High Priestess and the Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's like they see that the feminine's really supporting them, really being loving, and they're just like, no, I don't want to go through this change too. Like, you can go through it, but I don't want to go through it. And they're starting to see it. Yeah, with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, they just have some resistance to opening up to the feminine, right? The Empress in reverse. I like this. They're a true pair. I really like this, but this person's struggling to open up to the feminine, not because of the feminine, but because they're struggling to feel what they're feeling inside themselves. And it's kind of like, if I open up, if I share it, I'm just going to break. And they're going to have that release. Okay, so it's just something that is really uncomfortable for them. So just be patient, because they love you, they want you, and it's mutual. It's a very mutual feeling. And if you want a personal reading or Reiki session, book it down below. Please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. It tells YouTube that people are watching my content. And so YouTube then is like, okay, people are watching. Let's go ahead and show it to a larger audience. So just clicking that thumbs up button is a really big help for my channel, as well as for these videos and the collective to share these messages. So I'd appreciate if you could do me a favor and do that. That'd be great. And if you want a personal reading, a Reiki session, you want to be certified as a Reiki practitioner, or you want to become a shamanic healer, or you want life coaching and mentoring of any sort, you can go ahead and check out my website down below in the description box. First-time clients get 15% off their first booking, and I offer one-day crash courses for Reiki certifications, as well as a 4-month and a 6-month-long dual certification program. On top of that, I also have a Patreon channel where I do the monthly readings, the energy shift readings for major transits such as Jupiter going into Taurus, as well as moon cycle readings. So all the eclipses, all the new and full moons, you will have an individual reading and the astrology covered in those videos, as well as a weekly reading every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we also talk about the astrology for the week in those weekly readings, and we have a Patreon group chat. If you do partake in any certification or mentoring of any sort on my website, you do have access to a Facebook group, so you have a community to really support you through your journey, and I hope to be part of your journey with you. But thank you for watching, especially this far if you have. I wish you the best, and I'll see you next time.